The end of Untamed is less about solving a mystery and more about Kyle finally facing everything he's been running from. His grief, his guilt, and the heavy weight of not saving the people he feels responsible for. The show ties up Lucy's murder, but it also delivers this emotional gut punch about what it means to keep living after you've lost the one thing that mattered most. At this point in the show, Kyle's been through hell. He lost his son Caleb, watched his marriage fall apart, and now he's chasing the truth about a girl named Lucy who supposedly died by suicide. But something about her story just doesn't sit right. Kyle throws himself into this case, almost like it's his last shot at redemption, and it turns out he's not wrong. The deeper he digs, the messier things get. He uncovers a meth lab in the Yosemite caves, gets suspended from duty, and even ends up shot in the gut by Shane, a guy from his past who turns out to be involved in the whole cover-up. But in a wild twist, Naya, his former assistant, comes through at the last second and saves him. That whole scene with Shane hunting Kyle like an animal in the woods, brutal but also symbolic. Kyle bleeding out, being hunted down by everything he's tried to bury, and just when it looks like it's over, Naya shows up, guns down Shane, and reminds Kyle he's not alone in this fight. Then the real truth starts to unravel. Lucy wasn't just some forgotten runaway. She was Paul's daughter, that same Paul who's been Kyle's trusted partner this whole time. Turns out Paul had stashed Lucy in a shady foster home years ago, trying to protect her from her abusive stepdad Rory, but when Lucy returned years later, angry and hurt, Paul tried to push her away. He didn't know how to be a dad to her, not when he'd built a whole new life pretending she didn't exist. Kyle pieces it all together, the DNA test, Lucy's birthday photo, her visits to Paul, and finally Paul confesses he shot Lucy. Not on purpose, he says, he just wanted to scare her, but the damage was done. Lucy jumped off a cliff and Paul covered it up. You can tell Paul is crumbling under the weight of it all. He offers to fix Kyle's suspension and help him stay in the park with Caleb's memory, but Kyle's done with all the pretending and he walks away. And Paul, he takes his own life. It's heavy, but the show doesn't leave us there. It shifts to something quieter, more personal. Kyle keeps his promise and releases Lucy's body to Jay so she can be buried properly beside her mother. It's a meaningful act, especially considering Jay had once told Kyle about Native American beliefs, that the dead are tied to the land, but their spirits travel with their loved ones. Wherever you go, your people go with you. That idea sticks with Kyle. After the funeral, he's alone in his cabin again, and that familiar darkness creeps back in. He thinks about joining Caleb in the afterlife, but this time he makes a different choice. He apologizes to Caleb's spirit, says he's not ready to go yet, but promises that Caleb will always be with him, no matter what. It's honestly one of the most touching moments in the show. It's not a happy ending, but it's hopeful. Kyle decides to keep living. He honors his son's memory by passing on pieces of Caleb's life to others. He gives Caleb's toy box to Gail and even gives away his horse to Naya. These aren't just items, they're small ways of keeping Caleb present, of sharing the joy and love that Kyle can't carry alone anymore. He's learning to let go of the pain without forgetting the person he lost. So Untamed ends on a quiet note, but it hits hard. It's about grief and justice, but more than that, it's about choosing life, even when it feels impossible. Kyle may still see and hear Caleb everywhere, but that's not a bad thing anymore. That's how he knows he's not alone. And as for Lucy, she finally gets the justice and peace that was denied to her for so long. Kyle didn't just solve her case, he gave her back her story, and in doing so, he started to rewrite his own.